We'll talk about it.
Okay. Okay. All right, so 7 years ago, I myself got the news that I had to receive braces. I was 14 and terrified, but excited all at the same time. Once I got the braces placed, I instantly saw change. I wore braces for 5 years, and he still threatened not to take them off. If it wouldn't have been for me coming in the Air Force, I still probably would have been one today. Yeah, my mouth was bad. Teens receive braces every year more so than adults. I've experienced braces all on my own and have witnessed results with my friends, and I totally recommend and agree if you need it. But if you don't waste your time. I know most kids are against braces due to hearing about the pain and upkeep, but I assure you it all pays off. There are many teenagers and adults who get braces every day. At age 12 is usually when permanent teeth are settled and ready to move. You can't see me?
I can't see it. Okay. I don't need to see that.
Braces cost can vary depending on the length of time that you're getting them and depending on the orthodontist. So you'll have some that will charge through the roof just because they can, because they are a local orthodontist, or some that just don't care because they know that they have competition. Or like me, wearing them for 5 years, mine were paid off and I still had one because he said I still needed work. That's how bad they were. So questions I have to be asked: do you really need the braces? Do you have the proper funding for the braces? And are you prepared for the upkeep once you get braces? We can take braces back to the early 1800s. Straightening and aligning started back with the ancient Egyptians. And clearly we've tweaked it today, because back in the ancient Egyptian times, them straightening your teeth was not braces. It was them sticking their finger on your tooth and pushing it and aligning it. That had to hurt, doing it tooth by tooth.
Okay.
Everybody like,
No.
So now that we know what braces can do, we can learn a little bit more. So one of the first steps is receiving a consultation. You may want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, so you want to get a consultation. This is where you can ask all your questions, where he can pretty much tell you, he or she can pretty much tell you what you're going to need. They wanted to break my jaw. In personal experience, I told them no. It was just a no. That didn't make sense to me. But I had an overbite. My mouth was too small, so my bottom teeth were moving. It pretty much looked like a shark. Y'all seen the inside of a shark's mouth, how they got 2 rows? That's what my teeth were doing. So that's why you want to get that consultation to find out if you really need them. And consultations are free, so take it to your advantage. If you don't want to just go to one orthodontist, go to other orthodontists. They're normally free. I don't know why you'd be paying for a consultation. Maybe bigger companies would want you to, but they're normally free, so you want to take advantage of that. The second step is proper funding and insurance. Braces are not cheap. Again, they are not cheap. So once you take this major step, you want to be sure that your monies are all aligned for rainy days, because you never know if something else might happen. I had a bracket pop off. It wasn't my fault. She was tightening my braces, looking the other way, popped it off. That was supposed to be charged, but because she popped it off, that came out of her paycheck. And he wasn't too happy. So, also, I did a little research, didn't know this. Many people don't have dental insurance. So, without having dental insurance, that can also raise your cost a little bit more when you're getting braces. I say a little bit, but a lot of it that you don't want. A third step is preparing yourself for the braces. So those favorite candies that you used to like to eat, Bryce, no more. You can't eat them. They're hard, and breaking a bracket off, it is possible. I've seen it. It's not nice because you got that wire in between there, and now you broke a bracket off. Now you're walking around looking like you got a piercing on your tooth. It's not cute. So yeah, you just want to make sure you take care of that. And you also have to prepare yourself for the pain that comes with the braces. And that's not to scare you, but tightening is pain, Bryce. You had yours tightened?
Yeah, that's not that bad.
It's-
Just like for the first 2 hours, and then I was eating whatever I was eating
Well,
before.
it felt like death to me.
I'm eat regardless, so.
First getting them, you get that pressure, and also tightening them, and also if you wear rubber bands. Rubber bands, which I had to use, not everybody has to use them. It was just to align my jaw. How he wanted to break it, instead of breaking it, he wanted to manually move my bottom jaw up to my top jaw. I still have that overbite. I will show you guys, but it hurts. So fourth step is getting the braces. So once you receive the braces, you see that the process is pretty long with them putting it on. They have to mold your teeth, get the mold, figure out what exactly they're gonna do, paint your teeth with this disgusting fluoride stuff, then rinse it. Then you didn't have that?
No, just the mold.
Military. I was civilian. You put the brackets on, get the wire in, and you get the pretty rubber bands. And I change them depending on the holidays. I don't know about everybody else.
I try to.
And also remembering the big thing, is,
Bless you.
which is the upkeep, flossing, brushing, and making sure that that gooey spinach that you eat is not in your teeth when you talk to your crush, because that's not cute either. So now that we see what you do before and during the braces process, it's just going to show you what we do after. So there are 3 major things after braces that we must remember. So first, although there's pressure applied during, there will be slight pressure after. Believe it or not, when you get your braces taken off, a lot of people told me, oh, it's going to feel funny. The only thing that felt funny was that weight lifted off of my teeth. And believe it or not, I had slight pressure for like 2 hours. And I bit into a hamburger and it was just weird. Like, it was just nasty and slimy and pressure. I don't really know how to describe it, but once you get the braces, you have that pressure, which is, it feels like somebody's, like the ancient Egyptians, pushing against your teeth. And then once you get them off, it feels like somebody like, oh, lifted that weight off your teeth. So that little tip is just to give you a note of what would happen if you got braces, and once you get them off, it's not for you to be afraid, it's just for you to be prepared and aware of what will happen. Some things will remain the same. You want to make sure you remain brushing, flossing, and still keeping that food out of your teeth, because that's not attractive. And can't stress it enough, upkeep, upkeep, upkeep. I didn't really have the problem, but I had a friend who, it's disgusting, didn't really brush their teeth. Once the braces came off, that square where that bracket was white. Everything else was brown. And now you gotta pay money to get your teeth clean. Unless you wanna walk around like that. But now you have to pay money to get your teeth clean on top of the money that you paid for the braces. And thirdly, you just wanna show everybody, like, you didn't take all that time and money and pain, because beauty is pain, to not show people your teeth, to hide it. If you get the chance, if you get braces, just be sure that you share that experience with other people. My 2 fellow braces in the back. Just be sure that you share it with everybody, because people are going to be afraid of what they don't know. But if you're going through it or you've been through it, then it'll just kind of have somebody more prepared and be like, oh, that's what happens. So pretty much in conclusion, this year and in the future, we'll see a number of teenagers and adults getting braces. Just remember that you're never too old to get braces. I was pretty much dumb to that. I thought after you were a teenager, you can't get braces, or it's just not right for you to get braces. But at any age, you can get braces. You're never too old unless you don't have teeth anymore. You'll never know by yourself, so you just always want to make sure that you get a consultation. And don't just go to one orthodontist to get a consultation. Go to different ones, because you'll see that either they're the same or they're different, or you seriously just don't need them at all. And lastly, all of this may scare you and be too much at first, but I guarantee it is all worth it. Thank you. Ow! It hurts, I'm trying to stop.
It got a little bit of